My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Cryptmaster. And we still have Joron, Sync, Mazda, and Nyx. All with things to figure out. I mean, that will be the case through to the end of the game, I can only imagine. I will also note that in between the end of the last episode, as well as this one, I have elected to go and farm as many souls as I needed in order to buy Garmatha, because I am taking Orthos down. You can't stop me. Orthos can't even stop me. Garmatha absolutely could, and that's why they're farming just a second ago.
Take a goosey gander at my wares.
I'd like to take a choosy goosey at some of them. Yes.
Lovely. I'll pop it in a little sack for you. Bye-bye.
Don't mind, I'll eat it immediately. That one's going in the deck. Garmatha. Deals 6 damage, has 3 A's in that name. So, now, if we only have cards that do actually have thickness, they have a sickness for the thickness. They are big, long words. Those I would feel much more comfortable trying to add damage onto with pain or lore. Now, deck needs to have 6 cards at the absolute least. So, I've got 4 cards in at the moment. I've got Lore and I've got Pain, both for the ability to do a lot of the letters that Garmatha and Head Butler already have in their words, whilst also buffing the board. Who else would I want to include in something like this? So, I is a really good way to randomize the letter line, which I'm fine randomizing the letter line. And I almost feel like I want to go go. Just so that I can try and get another minion out on board if possible. Crypt is way too many letters that they're asking me to do, and they also don't overlap with a lot of my other ones. The fact that all of them have an A does make that a little easier. Gogo. You're the only O. Let's see how this one goes. I'm looking for Orthos and Revenge. Also, Mornay, the Isle of Crabs, the Realm of Crabs, the one that we found, the secret. I should go there at some point. Right after I beat the ever-loving hell out of Orthos. Right after that. I'm going to set myself a time limit here, by the way. I'm going to set myself maximum 10 minutes of fighting Orthos, an episode until he dies. You again, what can I do for you? I would love to play some whatever.
You know, gambling is forbidden by those uppity paladins. But when you're already an outcast, what have you got to lose?
Not many good letters on the board here for us. There's a P, which will not appear later again, necessarily. Which is kind of nice for the sake of pain, but it doesn't come with anything else, which makes it a lot harder to take. There's no 2 letters next to one another that are both useful except for H and R, and those are only useful in doing 4 damage from Head Butler. I almost want to pitch. Almost. I'm going to keep the H rotating, and I'm going to take U and R, again, straight for Head Butler. It's just 4 damage. KT-double-Z. At the absolute least, we did just have an A come out on the board, which I threw away instantly because I hit the wrong key. Oh well. Well, it's not like I would have completed Lore here anyway. I can get pretty close on Pain, though. The Y, P. There's a... In fact, I'll take the Y. Setting up the ability to randomize the number line after this. Yeah, a W for a single letter in lore and 1 damage for the possibility of making these better later on. I don't think that's going to work. I think we're actually probably already past the ability to get this to really pop off. We'll see. Yeah, this one doesn't feel like this one's going our way. I'll take the A and the R. I'm gonna give this deck one more try, and then I'm gonna rotate to a different kind of deck, because I do like the idea of buffing these up, but like, I barely get Pain or Law even completed by the time the enemy has killed me, which is not, gonna work. That one? Actually, that won't. Do it. Pain and N. Pain is so close, and it's doing no damage, but it's so close.
Careful.
You careful.
Well, that was most diverting.
Was it really?
Ta-ta.
I couldn't imagine it to be so. Okay. So I'm looking for long names. I'm looking for the buffs. And then I still do want some instantaneous damage that's worth a dang while I'm doing it. So what if I took Is? Because there's no other eyes in the entire deck. So if I just never take an eye, all of my S's are worth, like, solid damage. Well, I say all of my S's. Head Butler and Galmatha both don't have any S's. In fact, Is is the only person with S. Does that make that something I don't want to do? Also, how many of you do 2 damage? Is Piper? Piper does 2 damage. Piper has a lot of overlap with the other ones as well. I think Piper definitely goes in this deck. Galmatha actually seems like the least likely to want to stay in this deck unless Law and Pain end up going off, but they're not going off. But, so what? Ultimately, I've looked at this deck and I've decided to add Is, Piper, and Gogo. Put Gogo back in. I still think Gogo is a good choice. If I can get Gogo really early on, get an additional minion out on the board, that'll matter.
Yeah.
Oh.
I suppose I do have time for a hand of cards.
Speaking of trying to get Gogo early on, we have O's available finally. Not paired with any other letter that I actually need to take right now though, so I can look at my other options. Pain. I could take an N for Pain. Literally just an N. Galmatha. I mean, oh, N and H. There we go. One for Galmatha, one for Pain. I only end up doing 1 damage, but I'm allowing the O's with wild cards next to them to rotate to try and become things that I might want to actually collect at the same time for efficiency's sake.
You rotters.
Well, I see the G. And it's just naturally on the board already. F, don't need to collect any of those. Okay, in the rest of the deck, Head Butler, Piper, and Law. Head Butler, Piper, and Law. Okay, so I want to keep E on the board more than I want to keep a U. So I'm going to take U and O just so that Gogo is ready to load an additional monster next turn. Oh, come on! They put an O next to the... How dare they? Look, I'm still going to take it. Oh, no, but it might give me... Whatever, I'm still going to take it. A whole load of damage, loads an additional monster. This is the tempo play. Yeah, and it gives me Gogo back. Of course it does. I could have told you it was going to do that, but there's a G and an O next to one another. Time to get Gogo again. An additional monster. What a hand. What a hand, what a hand, what a mighty, mighty hand. Okay. Still, I'm getting the absolute trash beat out of me though, so don't worry. Still looks like we're losing it. There are individual letters here that could be theoretically useful, such as E for I and Piper. And I'm assuming there are other letters as well.
Nasty.
R has just come out on the board. L as well, L and T. I feel like I'm probably dead next turn, to be frank. Which does make me feel like, even with Gogo going off as well as Gogo can possibly go off, this is... it's just not. It's not there. Yeah, there's no letter Y. I haven't seen a single S this entire time. S has done nothing. Yeah, this one's going to the evils. Now, we might be 10 minutes into the episode. But when I said I'll give myself 10 minutes, it was 2.5 minutes into the episode. So I have time for exactly one more match. Wherein I am going to try a new strategy. Whoa, hang on. I need to change my deck in order to try this new strategy. Here's my new strategy. If you don't give me 2 damage, I don't give a heck about you. Okay, so that's all the ones that do 2 damage. Then what are the fastest ways? I is a replenishment on board of different thing, and Gogo is just give additional minion on board. This is as lean as I think I can run.
Ah, you again. What?
After this, I will accept that I'm just not powerful enough to beat you yet.
I'm not the only mage down here, you know. Some of these poor old dotards are the victims of an addiction to mana that has plagued our order since its founding. Now they scratch around in the abandoned mana mines for whatever scraps they can glean.
The abandoned mana mines. Interesting. I'll play some whatever with you though, buddy.
Yes. I suppose I do have time for a hand of cards.
I hate when all the randomized letters are the worst available letters exclusively. I'll happily take an S. That's 4 damage. Sorry, 6 damage actually. S and snake. I'll keep the Y on the board because I is in this deck, so.
Ooh.
That may be a necessary nader. Ooh, an E has turned up. Good for Snake and Head Butler, another 6 damage to the enemy. Clear a Z off the board because I'm not otherwise going to be able to get usefulness out of that. Ooh, another S. We'll take those. S is just good damage. A B and an R. That's, 4 damage from Head Butler as well as getting Head Butler closer to casting. Is it necessary though? I could also take the D and the T for the exact same impact. I could take the T and the H for the exact same impact, in fact. And leave all of my randomizing slots still available on the board. Sure, whatever. See, these are all what I would consider to be exceptionally efficient turns, but they're not enough to keep me on pace with this enemy. K. K's not really good. I don't want to complete Snake, so I'll just not use K, I think. E and N is pretty good. That's 8 damage to the enemy. So this is about as good as this deck can do, and here we are, topping out, effectively. I can do 4 damage to you this turn, but that's it. And then I will lose. R and a U for 4 damage. Does the enemy manage not to... Come on, stop. Ah!
What luck! It seems I've bested you.
That was so close. Although my hands went basically as well as they possibly could have, so I can't imagine it will always be that close.
You're skulking again. Stop it.
No, you stop skulking. You show the way. You stop skulking first, and then I'll stop skulking. And then we'll both forget what skulking is. And then I can go back to skulking. Casket. What's in here?
Oh, two little things in here, both the same.
Two little things, and they are both the same. Ah, it's a pant, and together they make pants. It is a cuff. It is... Why don't you look at it?
Two little blocks of a whitish substance with markings on them.
Two little blocks of a whitish substance with markings on them. These are minis. These are hard. These are a pair. All right. Well, I don't think tasting them is going to do anything for me. What's your memory about them?
I think I used these sometimes when I was alive. Looking at them, I feel a shadow of guilt. Did I perhaps tell people that I didn't use them, then use them in secret?
So something that you would lie about using, something that you would feel guilty. Earplugs? No. I'm avoiding all of the obvious things in my head, don't worry. It's... What is it? Small whitish substances with markings on. They're identical. And you'd tell people that you didn't use them, but you did. I don't think smell will get me. Touch.
Smooth, perfect cube. Dice. Yes.
I don't know how I didn't get that.
I think I might hold on to these.
You know what? I'll tell you why I didn't get that. I didn't get dice there because, as far as I'm concerned, dice are not the same shape. You got a D20, you got a D12, you got a D6, you got a D8, you got a D4. Maybe you got a coin for a D2. I don't know your life. Ooh, okay. Let's have a go with some of these words then. Sync. It... Transmit. Transfer, transit. It's not transient. Transfer. Transship? No. Oh, can we get on the trans with? Trans. Right? Is it that? No. Doesn't have the same letters. Trans. Wait. Trans. Obviously, it can't be a T there. I honestly have no clue. This is going to drive me mad. Okay, let's go to Joro. Is it Wallop? Yeah, because it's Wallop. Deals 2 damage and knocks the enemy back. Maz. Sensuality? Sensuality. Yep. Maz took pleasure in almost everything, a trait that earned the baffled disgust of at least 3 professional torturers. Get him, Maz. Still can't figure out syncs. There's only 2 letters available in it, so it's gonna get harder and harder and harder. Dice is what you've learned, and then everyone else progressed on their tracks. It's 39 for both Mazda and Nix at the moment. 37. To be fair, Sync is ahead. So it's not like I have to worry too much. I gotta remember, it is not okay to pass up bugs at this point. I need the bugs. I want those bugs to be with me. And also with you.
No.
Ooh! Is that a friendly rat over there? Another friendly Australian.
Well, this one looks boring.
It's a drill. It is every host for the Oscars in the last... Okay, that's not going to be lost. It is... Why don't you remember something about that?
What are you
I
talking
type it
about?
wrong and screw it up.
It seems very familiar, so I think these must have been common. But I don't attach any special memories to them.
Taste. Well, look first.
It's like half of a hollow ball.
Ball.
That's right. It's just a common bowl.
Oblivion. No. A. No. Zove. No. Okay. Okay, Maz, keep your secrets. All of those felt like they could have been within your wheelhouse.
You're looking very toothsome tonight.
Thank you kindly. I grew them yesterday. Bowlfish. Obviously, I don't want to take any of the bowl from this. I'll take the F, though. Okay, thank you. Transfit? I'm literally going... Transfear. Transfit, Transfid? Transfish? Nothing transfix. You know what it is? It was an X. It was an X and I was like, there's no X's in the English language. Not a single one. I did an X-ray of the language and from axolotl to xylophone, there's not a single X in there. What do you mean? I can't spell. Let's take the S. S would be lovely. Thank you kindly. Obsession.
Obsession.
Stacks 2 damage on Sin's murder and heals 1 letter of her name. Beautiful. Okay, and that's now Sin on 43. Maz, you've progressed all the way to 40. Excellent. Hit that New Jersey. I'll take a T with pride. To celebrate. Turn. Nope. Don't immediately get a Raven Simone kind of moment. Doesn't immediately zoom into my brain and tell me what that is. I took the T again. Fair enough. Not what I was trying to do, but I did it anyway. Bone Roach. This one fancies a natter. Why don't I give it one?
Arise!
Faster and faster you run, but harder and harder it is to catch. What is it?
It's either shadow or breath. Shadow.
No.
It's breath.
Arise!
Faster and faster you run. Yes.
Those are all great letters to get there. Oh! Aren't they just? Okay. Abra, that's not Cadabra. A something Ara. I should be able to figure out that one. I want to say herbivore, but that's way too short. Tranquil? Nope, it's obvious. Wait, no, maybe it is Tranquil for...
Tranquil.
Joro once renounced violence and went to live with the river monks at Parangul. He remembers it lasting for a couple of years, but in fact it was just 4 days. Of course. I have such a soft spot for Joro. Like, characters like Sin, like assassin types, like I like murder. Like, I don't like, weirdly, but then if that person's a barbarian and their whole thing is flying out into a rage and then they like murder, I'm back on board, baby. That's my shit. Uh-huh. Where do I find a dung tail to catch? I'd love a day. Ew! Fine, I'll take the lot of you. Aurora? Can't be. Elduara. Akupara? Nick summons a turtle that does 2 damage and knocks the enemy back. You know how I know the word Akupara? This is the publisher for this game, Akupara. They actually also published oh god, Estrella, 6-Sided Oracles. Ooh, Barbaracuda. Every time. I told you, it's just happening every time. B. Oh no, I took a B recently, but bros. No. No, it's gonna be nothing. Rusttail. Take the S.
Hello?
Alright, I think that's enough fishing for the moment. I've split the atom. Let's go. A card? Mirror adds 1 base damage to all the cards in your hand, and it's got 3 R's. I do want that card. I want that card. Give me that card. X fly. Hola, Sco. Hola.
Arise.
I hope you have a head for maths. Now tell me, how much dirt is in a hole that's 2 feet by
No dirt
3?
in a hole, buddy.
Yes.
Isolation? I always knew that it was going to end in O-R-E. No, it's not an R for Mazd. Hyperbole, that's it. Hyperbole. Maz didn't merely like to exaggerate. He adored it more than anything else in the entire world. I love that joke. Isolation? Maz once asked Sin if she was afraid of intimacy. She replied by biting off one of his nipples, and he never asked again. What, was he out of nipples? Neither of the others will immediately leap to mind as one imagines. Let me note down the progression on the other 2 characters, though. Woo-hoo. Yaha. Ah. Hello, merchant.
I got a lovely potty here, boss. Would you like it? You never get caught short again.
If I'm frank, if I had the ability to have like a key item on my inventory at all times and it was just a portable restroom, absolutely I would keep that key item on me at all times.
There you go. It's never been used. Now that's just rust.
Righto then, it's a paladin helmet. I was kind of hoping for a portable restroom. Alright, I think we've explored this entire area now. Save the other shopkeep who I cannot satisfy currently. Looks like there's another altar up in the other direction, so I'm gonna have to figure out another way to desecrate a shrine. Oh, I wear those too!
Speak, spirit.
Linger, stranger. Lend an ear. I beg you don't refuse me. What am I if you throw me out each time you want to use me?
Fishing line. Something that you cast. Throw it out each time you want to use me. Linger, stranger, lend an ear. I beg you don't refuse me. What am I if you throw me out each time you want to use me? Ooh. A lot of these I immediately know. I want to say like rubbish or garbage or trash. None of those are 6 letters though, so immediately no. If you throw me out each time you want to use me. Linger, stranger, lend an ear. Kite, a fishing line, I'm just thinking of things you cast. A boomerang, a frisbee? No. Yeah, frisbee unfortunately is 7 letters. You are a boomerang. You are a dart. You are an arrow. You are a lawn dart. You are a illegal metal-tipped lawn dart. You are... Boy howdy, what are you? What am I if you throw me out each time you want to use me? You're the spinach that I keep in my crisper. You are... I have no clue what you are. Garbage bag, trash, throwaway, bin, cast, line, fishing, reel, rod, nets, a trolling net of some kind, something you throw out every time you want to use it. Nope. No clue. I'm gonna leave for the moment.
No.
Oh, it's not leave? Really? Thankfully, this one is very near an altar, so it will be exceptionally easy to come back here and pick that up. Hey. Now, I don't remember if at the very front of the game it told me, is this Agda? Or is that... Because is this like an incarnation of Shalia? It's Shalia's shrine, but are you Agda?
Listen to me carefully. I know somebody is with you. An evil force from the deepest crypt. I sense it. I can force him back, but only for a moment.
What is she talking about?
We don't have long. You are 4 of the 5 great heroes who saved this city from the armies of the dead many centuries ago, right in the earliest days of the city's founding.
Knew that.
The 5th hero is Aldo, the only one who survived the final battle.
Gotcha.
He sealed the city so the dead might never rise again, and I was the willing sacrifice whose death forged the seal.
Yeah, so you are Agda.
Aldo still rules over the Temple of Shalia and protects the Great Seal, kept alive by the grace of the goddess. You must not let all of our sacrifices be undone. Bring the evil to the surface and then give it up to Aldo so he might destroy it and prevent the realms of the dead from invading the sea. I can hold him no longer.
What happened there? Some sort of info dump? How dare she force me down like that? Desecrate this altar now.
I am going to roundhouse this altar.
No, that won't work.
I'm going to insulting an altar. That's not gonna do anything to it. I feel like this is where my diction, my wordliness, etc., my vocabulary fails me in this instance. What do you have? Any? Moidulate? I moidulated? No, that's one of my abilities, I guess. Maybe that'll do it though.
A good idea.
Yeah, probably just any attack.
Smash, smash.
I mean, we couldn't make him suspicious.
Lovely.
Even if we do plan on playing along. And I don't know, maybe we do. Oh, I've got a little bit of a soft spot for this Cryptmaster fella, to be entirely frank with you. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, it's the end of the episode. My name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Cryptmaster. Top left is the series playlist for all my content with the game past, present, and the future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past and the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And above the thank to, and a special thanks this episode to Eloise. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.